So you know what we've done together. You know that we've done it despite what is possibly the most uncooperative House of Representatives in history. If House Republicans brought the Senate bill up for a vote today, I would pass it. It would pass today. I would sign it today, and they know it. But instead, they've been sitting on it for more than a year. They voted to strip dreamers of new protections and make them eligible for deportation. Not once, but twice they voted that way. And this summer, when a wave of unaccompanied minors crossed part of our southwest border, my administration matched compassion for kids with a firm message to families. Today, fewer parents are sending their children on that perilous journey than they were this time last year, and we're working to give more kids the chance to apply for asylum in their home countries and avoid that journey altogether. But while we worked to deal with an urgent humanitarian problem, while we actually did something about the problem, Republicans exploited the situation for political gain. And in June, as all this was going on, Speaker Boehner told me he would continue to block a vote on immigration reform for at least the remainder of this year. Now don't boo, vote. I've said before that if Congress failed to live up to its responsibilities to solve this problem, I would act to fix as much of our immigration system as I can on my own, and I meant what I said. So this is not a question of if, but when. Because the moment I act, and it will be taking place between the November elections and the end of the year, opponents of reform will roll out the same old scare tactics. They'll use whatever excuse they have to try to block any attempt at immigration reform at all. And we have to be realistic. For any action to last, for it to be effective and extend beyond my administration, because I'm only here 2 more years, we're going to have to build more support of the American people so that it is sustainable and lasting. And so I'm going to be spending the next month and a half, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, I'm going to be spending that time not just talking about what we've done for the economy, but explaining why immigration reform is good for our economy and why it's good for everybody. And when opponents are out there saying who knows what, I'm going to need you to have my back. I'm going to need you to have my back. I need you to keep putting pressure on Congress. Because the fact of the matter is, no matter how bold I am, nothing I can do will be as comprehensive or lasting as a Senate bill. Anything I can do can be reversed by the next president. To move beyond what I can do in a limited way, we are going to need legislation. And if we want that legislation to happen sooner rather than later, then there's one more thing I need you to do, and I've got to have you talk to your constituents and your communities, and you've got to get them out to vote. You already know how powerful the Latino vote can be. In 2012, Latinos voted at record numbers. The next day, even Sean Hannity changed his mind and decided immigration reform was a good idea. But despite that record-breaking turnout, only 48% of Hispanic voters turned out, fewer than half. Fewer than half. So the clearest path to change is to change that number. Si se puede, si votamos. Yes, we can if we vote. You know, earlier this year, I had the chance to host a screening of the film Cesar Chavez at the White House. And I was reminded that Cesar organized for nearly 20 years before his first major victory. He never saw that time as a failure. Looking back, he said, I remember the families who joined our movement and paid dues long before there was any hope of winning contracts. I remember thinking then that with spirit like that, no force on earth could stop us. That's the promise of America then, and that's the promise of America now. People who love this country can change it. America isn't Congress. America isn't Washington. America is the striving immigrant who starts a business, or the mom who works 2 low-wage jobs to give her kid a better life. America's the union leader and the CEO who put aside their differences to make the economy stronger. America's the student who defies the odds to become the first in the family to go to college. The citizen who defies the cynics and goes out there and votes. The young person who comes out of the shadows to demand the right to dream. That's what America's about. And 6 years ago, I asked you to believe, and tonight I ask you to keep believing, not just in my ability to bring about change, but in your ability to bring about change. Because in the end, dreamer is more than just a title. It's a pretty good description of what it means to be an American. Each of us is called on to stand proudly for the values we believe in and the future we seek. All of us have a chance to reach out and pull this country that we call home a little closer to its founding ideals. That's the spirit that's alive in this room. That's the spirit I saw in Luis and Victor and all the young people here tonight. That spirit is alive in America today, and with that spirit, no force on earth can stop us. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. God bless America.